Hello YouTube, hello Twitchers and more Hearthstone. I'm gonna be playing some Highlander Shaman again today, just as a forewarning. But first, oh look, we have an invitation to the Perils of Paradise, the Spiral Isles. So as of today, as of me recording this, we've just got this event started. It's for 20 days. You get this nice skin at the end of it. Ice Cream. You get it? It's not Ice Cream, it's Ice Cream Sai. I think it would have been better if it was Ice Scream and it was like a skeletal dude, but I'll let it slide. Get it? Ice Slide? Oh, very punny today. Anyway, that is the big reward. You also get some packs along the way, so it's well worth trying to do this if, you know, you're a little bit low on the old dust. First step as well seems very reasonable. Play a game as Druid. Who isn't playing a game as Druid? Shaman, which is why I'm playing Shaman, or Warlock. Both Druid and Warlock have got really strong decks right now. Actually, all three of them have got insanely strong decks now that I think about it. So, that's a really nice step for people to do. And then just play 2 games. Easy peasy, right? Anyway, so that is like the other aim of what we're doing right now. Why am I playing Highlander Shaman again? Well, honestly, I think because I just enjoy this type of deck. I want to beat all these cheesy decks that are out there that, you know, revolve around an Unkiliax, or revolve around OTKing you with, like, a 2-card combo with Concierge, or they just want to charge you down with Pirates. I feel like all those decks are a little bit cheesy, all revolve around one thing, and they're just hard to focus at one thing, and almost gets to the point where you're not actively playing the game against your opponent, you're just playing the game in your hand. You're just trying to draw your little pieces of the puzzle that you want to play, you play them out when you know, they get into your hand on curve, and then you just try and beat your opponent. And if it doesn't happen, so be it. That is kind of how I feel like Hearthstone's played now. Rather than this deck, which I think is a bit more fairer, it's a bit more like, oh, my opponent has got this card, therefore I need to save this card to deal with that card later. I think this could lead to some more fun games. So, I'm back with the Highlander deck. I've made 2 changes to the deck. I'm sorry to the Perils in Paradise cards. I have dropped out both Razzle Dazzler, he's gone. I've also dropped out Siren Song. I think Siren Song is simply not good enough as a card, and I don't think I'm running enough spell skills to run Razzle Dazzle without it. In their place, I wanted a few more earlier game cards, so I've thrown in a copy of Jam Session, mainly because it's pretty good against the Pirate package. We throw something on the board, like even one of the minions from Pop-Up Book, or we get like the the totem from the button, and we throw 3/3 on it. Do one to all the rushing pirates. I say rushing, if only they were rush, charging pirates, and hopefully we can take some down with the Jam Session. The other card added, actually, surprisingly, is One Maker. There's a lot of good 1-drops in Shaman, so I figured, you know what? I wanted an early game minion, and actually, I think, oddly enough, Shaman hasn't got a great... Shaman hasn't got a great early set of cards, in my opinion, for this sort of more control-y like deck. Some people run Cactus Cutter, but I think I've got too many expensive spells to warrant running the old Cactus Cutter. So instead I decided to just throw in a One Maker. I did use a bit of like resources from HS Replay to help me with that one. Had a look through their list of Highlander Shaman, which I think is performing around about a 52% win rate on HS Replay. I think they run the Excavate package though, and indeed Cactus Cutter isn't doing that well, nor is the Excavate package, hence why I'm not running the Excavate package. Anyway, I can't remember what we ran this last time as. We ran it reasonably well, right? Was it like 3 and 4 we went? Let's see if the changes improve it. Now, I will say last time we did make the great mistake of hex, or trying to hex Ziliax, something you can't do. This time, though, don't need to worry about it. We've got our Wave Nostalgia instead ready for them. And of course, that means we're fighting a mage first.
You asked for it.
Let me survey.
Is Holiday good enough to keep versus mage? It honestly might be. Okay, One Maker is here as well to show off that they are worthy of being in the deck right now. Was One Maker Scholarmance? I think this was one of the cards that like flew under the radar of the set it came out in, and ended up being in a lot of decks. Unfortunately, I don't have many proactive 1-drops, as in like Basically, unless I'm not Thrall's Gifting, if I'm not pop-up booking an opponent minion, I'm probably not doing anything on one. But I see myself as more of a control deck, so. It has now been as well a week since the set was released as of I'm recording this. The meta has somewhat settled, in my opinion. I'm sure, okay, it's Elemental Mage. I'm sure some other decks will come out of the woodworks, but for now it seems like the Demon Hunter, the Demon Hunter Pirate package, the Druid combo deck, and then it's sort of like Elemental packages are fairly strong right now. I'd probably say the Warrior Unkiliax deck has sort of dropped off a little bit. But if you can get that combo off of the Unkiliax, which is really the problem, is getting to the Unkiliax combo, it's really nasty to fight against. I'd say what has grown since those early reviews, funnily enough, is Shaman, actually, in the form of two different decks. One of them being... I might double pop a book here, you know. Yeah, sure, send it. Actually, I've changed my mind. I don't think I do that. I'll leave the 1-2 up. What was I saying? Yeah, Shaman has got a few decks out there. The Evolved Shaman package is fully enough performing relatively well, which uses Wave of Nostalgia. I think that it's like keeping a bit of tags on Unkiliax. The other deck that's performing fairly well, other than the Pirate package as well, which is also doing pretty decently, is this Incendious OTK deck, which depressingly is rather good, it turns out. Right, this is one to all other minions, so I can play this on the 1-1, it turns that into a 1-1, you're a 3-2, we trade the 2-2 in, and pop-up book the other one. Or, don't really want to just waste Lightning Storm. Magma 2 times, trade the 1-1 in. I think that's a better line. I think if we're going to save Lightning Storm, then I don't need to save Malted Magma as much. Okay, good turn. Now, I do have some sustain in this deck, which is actually pretty important versus the Elemental Mage package. I feel like Rogue can burst you down from a really high health total with Shadow Step shenanigans. I feel like the Mage one, though, is a little bit slower. So we're going to try and use that to our advantage. Great Lightning Storm right now. And one goes into the Tide Pool Pupil. I would like another Baking Soda Volcano to go in there. So that's probably something else I will look at doing. Doesn't matter about the order of pushing the button right now, so I won't worry about it.
Kneel before me.
Okay, I can live with Taunt. I'm not super familiar with that deck, what my health cutoff needs to be. I'm going to imagine it's around... I need to be above 20 almost exclusively. Because if they get 2 Lamplighters at this point, they could legitimately get to deal 10 damage territory. But I don't like Lamplighter. I made a post fully enough on Twitter about this. Someone mentioned that they would, like, you know... There's like 30 or 40 cards they would buff for Hearthstone. Whereas I was the opposite. I think there's about 40 or 50 cards that I would nerf in Hearthstone. And I think Lamplighter has like no place being in Standard. In fact, I think it has no place being printed. Full stop. I think it's a really toxic card to print. 3 to all here is pretty nice. I will then use a Malted Magma, because I want to save as much health as possible. And just keep putting pressure on this mage. So one more spell for Tide Pool Pupil, right? Would like the Volcano in it. If we don't get it, we don't get it. Obviously, I don't want to use it right now because of the board state. Ooh. Could we get a Lightning Storm again? Yeah, I think I would be willing to do that. Although, actually, if I do Jam Session, Tide Pool, Jam Session, it kills my totem, but it clears all but the 3/4, which I could use Gorgoneth to kill, and it pushes a lot of damage. I am also going to kill the Tide Pool in this.
I found a sea urchin.
I could also hit the Taunt Totem instead to split it up a bit. Actually, I think that's a way better idea.
I will not be rash. Kneel before
Now, don't push the button, because I want Taunt. Also, I should have used Gorgoneth to draw. You're right. I forgot. As I was working through it, I was like, hang on a minute. I can just play the pop-up book I've got. And I feel like that's one of the weaknesses of the Elemental Mage deck. How do they recover from this? I don't think they run much AoE. I think it is literally just aggression. Non-stop hitting the opponent's face. And I tell you what, one of the key cards in all of that is Wandmaker. Gave me another pop-up book, made it clear nice and easy for me. If I could run 2 pop-up books in my Highlander Shaman deck, I definitely would do. As I would for most of the 1-drops. Alright, I have no idea what the Hunter's going to be. Hunter's in a pretty weak spot right now.
the hunt begin. Let me survey the realm.
Cabaret Starfall was another card that I nearly removed from the deck, but I decided to leave it in because I don't think we actually ever played it. So, Hunter, I assume it's going to be Secret Hunter. I think that's like the only viable deck right now. Ow, in my face. Nice. Spell damage is what I wanted there. Makes the Malted Magma so much nicer. Okay, it's not. It's a meme deck. Fully enough, this is a deck where Hex would be real good. I suppose I don't worry about it for now. I'm just toying with Malted Magma plus pop-up book here.
Deloa, speak to me.
Yeah. This is the right play, I think. Because Hagatha has a chance of drawing... Hagatha has a chance of drawing the Wave of Nostalgia. So actually having a board for turn 5 would be pretty nice. I'm fairly certain this is Amalgam Hunter. I think that we'll have an Amalgam in the deck as well. In which case, transforming the minions will be fairly good. Alright. We're about to do some disgusting things to this Hunter, I think. Oh, I'm gonna lose it. Oh no, poor Hunter. They don't know. How would they know? Right, remember to attack with the 4/3 first. Alright, that is irrelevant. Zephyrus is interesting. Cool. Very good. I did see I had the 1010 Reborn Divine Shield Goliath. Was that from Saviors of... I forgot it. Ulduron? That set. The one that brought in Reborn as a mechanic and created one of the most toxic decks known to mankind of Resurrect Priest. Now, when I put Wave of Nostalgia in this deck, I didn't expect it to be making Hunter's life a misery. Warriors and Druids are where we're at. Alright, another mage again.
Time for a remix. Let me survey the realm.
I will keep Gorgonzomu. I don't think I need to keep Fizzle if I've got Gorgonzomu. I'm probably not playing Fizzle on curve anymore. This is a great hand, though, again. And actually, I'm really happy, because I was very low on the old 2-drops. So, my deck is pretty heavy. It's fairly greedy. You can see from the deck tracker on the right side. So, the cards I added back into the deck, I really wanted them to be lower cost, more value-orientated or control-orientated. I nearly put Dirty Rat in this deck. This is probably another card that's, like, on the cusp of what I think would make the best 30-card list of this deck. Unfortunately, Shaman hasn't got a lot of good, cheap removal. So I think you'd have to run Hex or something with it, which then adds more issues to the deck creation, so I kept it out. Also, there's not really that much need to do minion-based shenanigans with people's hands. There's actually not a lot of really, really key important cards. I'd probably say the Tidepool Pupil in OTK Druid is the biggest one. That if you can cheat that out with... How about cheat it out, pull it out with Dirty Rat. Things are good.
Talk to me.
Coin, Flame Geyser, play an Elemental. So this is Elemental Mage again.
That was perfect.
You don't pick the walks.
So all we need to be right now is a control deck.
Picking up pace.
It's pretty painful for me to throw Gorgonzomu into that, so I think the correct answer is we don't throw Gorgonzomu into that. I guess we're going to do a little Lightning Bolt. It's still going to be pretty bad next turn, though. Okay, that's actually not the worst. Oh my god. They're just assuming I don't have Lightning Storm. Ah, my opponent cries. Cries in Elemental Mage. Again, I'd like to play Gorgonzomu, but... Actually, we'll play Gorgonzomu. That's changed my mind completely. I just didn't want to give them something easy to trade into. The cheese is really nice, though, for the matchup. I don't need to wait for this to get to insane levels. In fact, I almost certainly don't want to play it at insane levels. I just want to weave into a turn in the near future as a threat. Did I just get really unlucky there? 2... Did I not have 7 health on the board and it all went into my minions? That's incredible.
Who could put a price on such powerful artifacts? I could.
We'll take Warding here. They get the equivalent back to just trade it if they want, but that's fine. Cost them 1 mana from their turn. By the way, my ETC I think is still the same as what it was before. Yeah, Nostalgia, Viper, and Tony. So it's not that important in this matchup to play it. What would I grab, though? Because I don't think you want Wave in this matchup. Viper will be irrelevant, so I guess you grab Tony, but I don't think I'm ever going to play Tony either.
Speak to me.
Get lucky?
Job done.
Okay, it's not bad. It's not the best, of course. They're just going to trade the cookie. If my opponent doesn't realize I have cookie, though, this is a pretty good board. Oh my god, they're risking it. You slime! You killed Cookie again! You're so lucky. So lucky! That could have gone horribly wrong for my opponent. Anyway, I think we trade double malted here. I'll try the totem though. Okay, we double malted. That might be enough. They've played all of their cards.
Job's done.
Wow. That's interesting. They've played their catch-up cards, I think, no? Sure, that 7 damage to all is their big catch-up. Because they don't have the Shaman Legendary, which does damage to all, including face. So Lamplight is their next fast answer, no? I'm about to become an Excavate Shaman. Never mind. Well, I say never mind. Yeah, never mind. I'm definitely going to play Ziliax next turn. I'm at the range where I think we're in trouble. So I want to get back up to 30 as quickly as possible. Nice and healthy. It's turn 9 at 30 health, Lamplighter. It's going to take you 15 turns to kill me. You can't target them. I mean, you with Taunt is in the way. Thank you.
Pressure builds. Magma rises.
Wow, combo wombo. So the last string from that. That's interesting. So that's a board clear. It will kill a bunch of my board though as well. But I don't super mind. Maybe, oh no, I'd probably play Incendious on top of it.
Speak to me. Insignificant. Insignificant.
Now this is living.
Just Incendious on top of all of this. Yeah, it keeps the pressure on. I'm not sure. I mean, they have the button, obviously, Mage, but I don't know if they can deal the 1 damage. Holy shit, this deck is cracked. I've done it. I've made what feels like not a turbo cheat deck, but be good. I'm spreading joy to the Hearthstone community. I could be jamming some really toxic decks right now. But no, are you going to be upset if you lose to my deck? Well, actually, maybe the opponent that lost to Wave of Nostalgia. They might get upset. It's so fair. My deck is so fair. There's not one turbo busted card in the deck. I've just got lots of great cards, and I have to play them at the most appropriate moments.
Versus Liandrin.
My blade burns with holy fire.
Let me survey the realm.
I think you have to keep Holiday in your opening hand. Jam Session is interesting. I think I will keep it, but I assume that he is... my hand. I assume that it's hand buff Paladin. By the way, I also assume we've lost.
The light dims, but we fight.
Coin button, is that the correct play here? That one ironically might save me the Malted Magma. Just as a side while my opponent makes this turn, I do have a new variant of the Linessa OTK Paladin list that I might try and run at some point. It's more spell focused than my previous one, which was a little bit more value orientated, I guess, or minion orientated as someone else called it. Yeah, it wasn't really value, it was just more minion orientated. I was really worried about the demon package just running me over, but the demon package still ran me over, so I guess we go more of the OTK side of things, and we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I assume they're going to deal with this 0-2 token. It's probably the scariest token in Shaman. That being said, you know, all the bad stuff about our opening draw, if I can get Dr. Holiday on the board, we could do some really nasty shit.
Keep on panning.
Also, you will be punished for this. Yep. Wait, do I care? Yeah, I do care. I was wondering if I could save the coin, but I want to break through the taunt as well. I'll trade away coining out Holiday on 4. My foreplay is not great. Oh, hello! You've got a malted magma in you, right?
I found a sea urchin.
And the coin. What's better, the coin or malted magma? It's probably the coin, right? It's not really a board-based deck that I'm playing against, it's a combo deck. Jam Session could be funny as well, but the ability to coin out like an Incendius or something in the future, that's very nice as well, the Taunt Totem. Now, funnily enough, Handbuff Paladin might be the one deck currently in like all the metas that's still running Rustrock Viper. They don't always run it, but wow. My opponent give no shit. This is what I mean about the meta sucking right now with like Hearthstone. And actually just Hearthstone somewhat in general sucking a little bit. My opponent isn't playing against me. They're playing against themselves, and I just happen to be in the game with them. At no point did they ever think about getting rid of my spell damage totem because I could use, you know, some nice control from it. They were just like, I'm playing pattern recognition, I play my Painter's Virtue, I swing 3 times with it, I'll give it an extra durability at some point, and eventually I'm going to play Leroy Jenkins plus the... I forgot what the card is called now, the tail or whatever they are, to give it even more attack to OTK you. Like, it's literally just brain dead Hearthstone. And I want to prove that you can still play Hearthstone with a brain, okay? There's been calls in the community as well to make Ziliax rotate out early. If they're going to take Ziliax out as well, I would take Leroy with them. I don't think Leroy should ever have been brought back into the game. Leroy was a problem back in old Hearthstone, or older Hearthstone. I don't know why they thought it wouldn't be in standard now. Well, oops a daisy for my opponent. Okay, if I can live, we can win. It's a big if on the living, though. I also could really do with this being spell damage. Okay, we lose now. Because I have to swing. I just have to hope my opponent doesn't have 4 damage. But there's no real recovery from here. Alright, fair enough. We had such a bad hand to start with. I think we can actually beat that deck. But obviously not. Basically top decking for the entire opening of the game. But my hot deck on that Paladin deck, the hand buff package, which by the way is still a tier 1 deck, and has been for what feels like a year. I'm sure it hasn't been a year, but it feels like a damn long time. If Leroy wasn't in standard, that deck wouldn't be tier 1. It's literally just Leroy that makes the deck. You can make a deck that lives through the wave and waves of hand buff minions, but it's really hard to deal with potentially 20 charge damage coming through. That's the real challenge. You know what? This is an interesting hand. I was going to put Frosty Decor back into the deck, or I can see myself playing that on 5. I'll keep it. I'll keep it all. Don't know again what Hunter we're playing against. I'm going to assume it's Secret Hunter. It's the better variant of all the Hunter decks. Yeah. Okay. We just need to play smart around secrets. Which normally into Hunter means don't attack. Just build a giant board and then pop all the secrets. Also, why I'm pretty happy that I've got Frosty Decor. It's not a bad thing to have. Wow. Actually, just complete disrespect for the idea that I might be a control deck. I'd have loved to draw Lightning Storm there. One more turn. As long as he doesn't give it a big buff, which he can't do because he hasn't got the coin, we'll clear their board next turn. Oh, it could be Ice Trap. Oh wow, he traded. Okay, there's 2 lines here. One is to drop Gorgonzomu on the board, because my opponent was willing to trade before. The other one is to Thrall's Gift into Lightning Storm, and I can test for Ice Trap by playing the coin. But if it is Ice Trap, then I can't make that play anymore. Ah, Bargain Bin. Okay. I'm just worried about them being transformed. I'm still not entirely certain it is the full secret package. I think it is. That was in the hand. That was drawn. Okay. Get the cheese up. Very lucky. I actually completely forgot Hidden Meaning was a secret then. Wow, the entire secret package. That's a great one. That's acceptable. We don't attack on this one. I don't want to proc the secrets. One of them is almost certainly freezing trap. And if we can not spend all of our mana, we should also not spend all of our mana.
Mysterious. What is your wisdom?
Excuse me? Secret bar? Secret helper? I can't see. So they got 2 mage ones. Okay, they're going to trade. It's pretty good news for me. I need to test for... Actually, I don't need to test for anything. I could just jam this on the board. The worst result is these explosive runes and the fairy tale slime dice, but I still get a board.
Deloa, speak to me.
Yeah. The dream was that I get taunt. So you get your hidden meaning off, that's fine. That's a pretty good result for hidden meaning. Fair enough, I got a pretty good result there as well. It was counterspell, so I didn't play into counterspell, which is very good news. Wow, making big guy. So I should potentially intentionally get this back in my hand. The ordering is slightly annoying here.
For my glory.
I think I can't. 2, 7, 10. If I trade this off, I lose 2 health, 3, 5. So I get 7 life back.
For my glory.
I'm trying to get, like, the full thing. No, I'll get 10 back.
I will not be rash.
That's fine, we lose that.
Do not be deceived.
I should have pushed the button first.
Job done.
Okay. Kind of nasty. Is that lethal? 8, 13, 18. I live. But for how long? Taunt doesn't help. I have to get lifesteal here. That's the only thing that matters. Lifesteal, baby. Lifesteal, baby. Okay, I need you to be dead. I need you to be dead. We shouldn't attack, because I think that is explosive trap and all hidden meaning. We should definitely heal again. And take one of those. You don't have lethal from here. You don't have skill command and a beast. Another bow.
Mysterious orb, what is your wisdom?
I think we just jam Ziliax. The worst result here is one of them is... Nothing's the bad result. I can test for freezing.
Insignificant.
And I don't set off explosive again.
Set it down and I'll sign it up.
So we know that secret is explosive now. Not poisonous, please. Cool, it's poisonous. Another 6 health back. Oh no, Hunter, you have 2 cards left and I'm at 27 health. Uh-oh. Lightning Storm, where were you earlier? Eh? And I can even diffuse the Lightning Storm to some degree here. At the fire thing. Get a taunt totem up-ish. And more taunts! Oh, poor Secret Hunter. We played this game really well. There's probably a few small plays that I should have done a little bit better. That's fine. So we didn't ever get a mage one off, right? So this is just the 5 Hunter secrets. So one of them is Ice Trap. One is freezing, one's explosive, one's bargain bin. Oh, one might be bait and switch, one might be hidden meaning. We don't actually know exactly.
Looking for a standoff? Careful, it's against me.
I'll put this stupid thing back in my hand. I don't need another Doctor Holiday.
One shot is all I need.
Put up another taunt. Hidden meaning goes off.
Much finer magically aged cheese.
And it's over. Hunter can't win from here. Right, Hunter? You can't win from here.
Well fought. I concede. I've done it better myself.
4-1 as well. What a beautiful scoreline. There's definitely some tweaks as well I think I'd make to the deck. If you're going to like hard press me right now, I've literally not played Caress yet, which probably means Caress isn't a good enough card for the deck.
Get back to work.
I've given it now, I think I've given it 12 games to see some form of play, and it's just never been something I wanted to throw out there, so. I'm not sure about other cards, to be completely honest with you. I guess I guess Once Upon a Time hasn't exactly performed great, but at the same time, you do sort of want some 5 or more spells in the deck because I've got Hagatha, unless you want to remove Hagatha from your deck. But I like Hagatha getting me the wave of nostalgia.
Talk to me.
Right, I'm going to assume this is Excavate Death Knight because it always is. Ah, cool. Talk Totem. Protect the other totem, the Needly Boy.
Shaking a stir.
You know what? Fully enough, that is a minion that I might put into this deck if I did remove Caress. I believe it's performing better than I think a lot of people expected. Okay, this is not a Waves of Nostalgia turn. I'll Lightning Storm this. Although, do I care? These things just come back anyway and trade into the 0-2. And all I'm doing is giving him stuff. Let's play Grifter.
I could.
So on the flip side, that reduces the cost of all minions, right? That's probably not a particularly minion-based deck, so I'll take Amulet of Strides. And my Amulet will go into Tidepool.
You will not come closer.
Excuse me? Why is that in your deck? I simply don't understand. Should probably have thought about this turn for more than a microsecond. I'm probably going to Hex that. Sorry, the line came to me in my head as I was speaking. Do I use the mana this turn? What would I do next turn if I had reduced these by 1? It's probably going to be Shudder Block into something. I could Shudder Block into Cabaret. Ah, sure. That actually is a line that does somewhat appeal to me. It'd be very nice if I drew a non-nature spell, though. Actually, Cabaret in my deck is also a potential removal. What am I playing against here, by the way? So it's Death Knight with Shaman in it. Is it the Freeze deck? I've played against the Freeze deck once or twice. If only. Shudder Block into Fizzle. Okay, I do this in the reverse order that I was thinking of doing it in. I'll take the discount on 1 spell, we'll play Shudder Block, and then we'll get Ziliax next turn. And I still don't Lightning Storm. The Ziliax will get me through the 3-8. And what's really nice is if I play this on turn 10, which, you know, we might not do, I get to push the button with it. It's triple blood?
The citadel stands.
What? Oh, so it's control Death Knight. Okay. I'm slightly concerned now. So I need to be getting out the most value I possibly can is the way I win this game. So actually doing something like this is pretty good. I definitely should save that other one though for Incendious. Also order. Oops. I could have got one more. Oh no, I couldn't. This was the max. I was right. Yeah, it only goes off 3 times, so you don't get 3 additional to the one you normally get. That's something else that I should consider.
Engaging TC1.
Wow. MCT. You know what, opponents? Is it Super Mario? Super Mario? I love the deck. This is very fair. Probably means it's bad, but it's very, very fair so far. Let me get some cheese.
You won't find magically aged cheese. Insignificant.
There's possibly a world there where I shouldn't have actually traded. Also, there's a world where I probably should have just waived this. I feel like my board is too good, though, for wave. I feel like the 2 Ziliaxes are just better than the average legendary from the past. I'm glad I made the trades now. So that's probably going to be Nature Fire. Well, could be better, could be worse. Again, I'm toying with Wave here, but I think it's the wrong play. Now that I know it's Triple Blood, I know they have some really good removal cards. So I think Wave might be better to be used as a symmetrical effect, where I get rid of a really annoying minion on my opponent's side. Which might be something like the Primus. Could also be Nerubian Swarm Guard. No. That is what we're using Lightning Storm on. Well, actually, let me see what I get from this. Or I could Reno. Like, what am I really saving Reno for? It'd be... Reska can't be in that deck, right? Reska is a Frost Rune card. The Primus is one of them, but I could possibly just waive that.
Deloa, speak to me.
No, I think it's wrong. Not thrilled with this line either, to tell you the truth. Okay. I was hoping to discover something else to help remove the board, and maybe I would have traded it up then, and got the value from that card, rather than just spend 0 mana, do nothing. Yeah, okay, that's one of the removals. The key to this matchup is not putting too much onto the board. You're still not ready, but you will be if I do 1 malted. Okay. That is a deal.
I'll make this a night to remember.
By the way, this doesn't work in case you're screaming at me in the chat. Because you can't damage the enemy hero when you use Shudder Block, so... I'm pretty certain that Shudder Block Insidious is my win condition now.
I ain't talking.
That's fine. I obviously would love to have that, but it's better taking that than the Shudder block. By the way, my opponent is also a Highlander deck, I think. And that is the Reno target.
Looking for a standoff? Careful, it's against me.
Hey, cheese!
Ended up being that the Shaman button might have been better. Say Levy. Ooh, I have Viper. I shouldn't just instantly down ETC. I should make them play the weapon first. Alright, never mind. It's actually not that spooky. I'll still destroy it though. I didn't even consider Shudderblock Marin. That might be another good result, but I think Incendious just leads me to certain victory. Okay.
Can you feel the gift of the sun?
Sure. Doesn't matter.
Relaxation for all, and all thanks to me.
Okay, Zarog's doesn't... It replaces itself, right? I actually think we leave the board as is now. I think that's enough threat that my opponent might deal with it. Yeah, okay. They are a Highlander deck, as I said, so they only have one of the corpse explosions. That's going to be a small issue that I'm going to have to deal with at some point. I actually don't want to push this button anymore. I don't want to draw cards.
A curse of frauds upon you. It's really
Order. Draw last, I suppose. That's funny. Okay.
One shot is all I need.
I could have a real big Incendious, which is actually kind of scary because the Primus might eat it.
My collection grows.
So if the Primus eats it, the solution is Wavering Nostalgia, right? Incendious waiting room. That could be a lot of health my opponent's about to get. We might actually not want to play Insidious now. I may have thrown this for memes. A meme and a dream.
One shot is all I need.
Nice. We get another boy from this. There's the Soul Stealer. And that came from the right side of the hand, I think, so they haven't got a copy of it. We should probably kill it, though. Steal the Primus. So currently Tollin's Goblet is... One Maker actually wouldn't be a bad get from it. Aftershocks would be pretty bad. Hagatha would be really bad. Frosted Deco would be okay. Incendious would be real good. I think I just hold on it, though. Because I can't afford milling Incendious. If I play Tollins, I need to be able to play one of the cards that comes from Tollins. Or one of the cards in my hand. That might be the steal target. Yeah. Wow. That's... Ah, you broke my weapon, you swine! Yog! You big dweeb. I needed that. Oh, come on, Yog. The first secret is really good, though. Because it might counter the cheese. Oh, he stole it back. Can you do a negative effect for my opponent? Well, it's actually somewhat negative drawing a card right now, and actually the quality's pretty nice for me. Alright, we'll call it even. Cool, 1 mana gain 1 mana. Broken. You know what? I can't, because of elusive. Good idea. Let me save the minion.
You don't pick the ones.
Thrall's Gift. It's a 1-in-4 right now with Tollin's Goblet that I get a good result. A 2-in-4 is not a bad result. 1-in-4 is a terrible result, because I really don't want Hagatha. I think I can't.
You look tasty.
1,000 needles. Are you ready to rock?
Okay, we'll hex it. So 1-in-3 now. Or I can Golganeth. You know what? I'm going to take the Golganeth line. Deny them the 3 health, and I'll go for Tollins. And if I miss, we are sad. Okay, we've missed, so I'm sad. I'm actually turbo sad as well. That's the 1 in the 3 that I didn't want. Because Hagatha will cause me to overdraw an Incendius, which means I have to use Thrall's Gift then. Because I need to create a hand space for Incendius. Which, by the way, is coming out as, I believe, a... Is it 80 health minion? That is humongous, the Primus has come out. Unironically game-changing. I don't think my opponent knows it. He could have got so much health.
Remnants of life.
He might have another copy of it, to be fair. And I did lose my Hex in all of this. Holy shit, that is actually unbelievable. Now Incendius shows up, he's a 1680. That's pretty strong. Do I just do the combo? Should I block Incendius? Push the button. I'm only going to take 6,
Just might work.
14, 19 damage. My opponent can't eat it, we know that. So it doesn't matter that the Primus is up anymore.
Oh, practice day.
Everything is a melting point. Gotta move fast here.
These are all terrible. I guess I'll take Once Upon a Time. I forgot my opponent has bombs in the deck as well. So, in my deck are 15 eruptions that do 2 damage, so it's 30 damage. You don't have lethal. I refuse to believe you have lethal. Holy shit. But I draw first unless you have draw in your hand. And mine will kill your board. And then I can just attack with the 1680, sorry. I'm pretty certain they still die. They also have other cards in the deck to break the chain, I think. No, I'm gonna die.
Howdy there,
Unreal. Good game, though.
Couldn't have done it better myself.
Unreal. Oh, now that I think about it, I forgot they flipped into my deck, so they had 1 card in their deck. So it was almost guaranteed I was dying there. I do like it, though. That's the tech card against Incendius. I just didn't think they would have it. Yeah, there was actually no world where I won that game. They were saving it for the Incendius. As soon as I went for the Incendius play, I lost. Because my opponent held draw a card and...
Let me survey the red.
what's his name? They held draw a card. What's his called? I forgot the card's name. It's in my fucking ETC as well, fully enough. Tony. I'm going to assume this is Lamplighter Rogue, which a deck I think should not exist. A class that has one elemental in it is running an elemental package right now. Whoops.
Well, in my arena. Talk to me.
And it's all because of Shadow Step. Yep, it's Elemental Rogue. Cool. We should probably just tempo out Fizzle here, because the game won't last that long. Never mind, we'll tempo out Nozdormu. So my win condition against that deck is to be an aggro deck, which is a real unfortunate situation because I don't really have an aggressive opening.
Picking up pace.
Being at 30 health won't actually save me versus Rogue. So what is the most aggressive thing I can do now? It's probably Fizzle, Coin, Cheese. Yeah.
Done.
Oh, snap, I bet you wish you had this card. By the way, I have Bloodlust in Thrall's Gift, so if I can get to 6, we could actually surprise my opponent. The key will be getting to 6, though, because unlike most elemental packages, aka Mage and Shaman, they have to be somewhat more control-orientated, the Rogue, because they don't really care, they OTK you. They don't need to chip you down first before the Lamplighters, they can actually just do 30 in one turn. In fact, as you may have seen from clips on the internet, they can do way more than 30. I think one of them did like 80 damage in a turn, which is kind of disgusting. Okay. Oh, you need one more spell. That's kind of unfortunate. I'm going to try Spell Damage Totem. It's actually very risky to do that, though. Spell Damage Totem would mean that I could play Malted. I'd probably trade the 2-2 into the 3-1, and then play Tidepool on top of it and get back the cheese. I really want to play Tidepool plus a spell this turn. That's the most important thing. I could do it via Lightning Storm, but I kind of want to save it for Bloodlust. So I think I'm going to take that line. If I miss, we trade the 3-3 regardless, and we'll leave the 1-1 up. Okay, so we miss. Sorry, I'll trade the 3-2. And then we're getting cheese with this. For another board refill. The other way that deck fails is they don't get the Lamplighters early. This deck as well is another reason why I did consider putting Dirty Rat in the deck somewhere. It's one of the few minion combo-based decks out there that, like, relies on a minion. But again, you have to kill it on that turn, otherwise, you know, it's a waste of time. Shudder is not particularly helpful right now. I'll save the cheese for a turn.
Job's done.
Well, we can get some junk. That's very good. Right, we're just throwing nature into that, right? So we're probably going to do fire next, which is damage to the opponent. Holy shit, they're playing the Lamplighter early. That comes back as a 1-cost minion, which means they have Water Dancer probably in hand. I think it was a misplay, though, from my opponent. And by think, it was definitely a misplay, because I can heal this off. So, I need to get down to 10 health on board-ish. 2, 4, 5, 8. So I need 1 more health to go off the board, which I can't really do.
You demonstrate above average greatness.
I'll take 9 instead then. Just in case the armor matters. What did I get? Tough Crowd, Tentacle Tender, and Acolyte of Death. Okay, pretty bad. I assume my opponent has got Water Dancer in hand, so they can do 14 at the very least. If they have another Shadow Step, they can do 28, which is my health total. Personally, Hearthstone team, bravo. I think this was a good idea. Really good balancing. Personally, I love when an OTK deck, because that's all that deck is an OTK deck, kills you on turn 8. And it's a 3-card combo, sort of. I guess it's a bit more than that. I had a lot of counterplay there. My fault, sorry, I was only at 28 health on turn 7. My bad, I should have played better. Anyway, I'm fairly certain that when the patch comes out, and I'm going to assume there's a patch incoming fairly quickly based on the general consensus of the community who hate Ziliax, and aren't particularly a fan of the Lamplighter, I think. They're going to get nerfed into the ground. Anyway, YouTube, if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like and subscribe? Everything helps me out. We went 4-3 with a good old honest Highlander Shaman deck. I feel clean. My opponents, they must be filthy. Alright, I'll see you again next time. Bye.